Otaku Bubble Talk Show. And now your hosts, Aaron and Colin.
That's the gist of the song.
See, here's the thing with Boku no Hero Academia is that I don't think I'll ever get around to watching it.
Yeah.
Ever. And like you were just talking about how you're probably never gonna watch.
Yeah.
But like things with good music generally are like good for me.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that got me through watching a shit ton of Naruto, even as a child, was the music.
Yeah.
It's just so kick-ass. Like,
there are just some shows that like I find like I'm the same as you. It was just like if I hear the music for the show, I'm like 10 times more interested in that show than if the animation were amazing.
Yeah.
Because like everything's animated like there's always one or two shows that's animated amazingly. I'm like,
well, I mean, like because like animation is like really good animation is like what does it also for me. Like a combination of them two.
A combination. If like you have the combination, I'm gonna watch your show. If you have amazing music with amazing animation, I'm watching your show.
Like I just might check out Boku no Hero Academia because I've heard that a lot of people like it, but it gets like stale.
Yeah, I was looking just like at the reviews. I'm like, oh, is this good? It's like, no. Apparently, it's actually just like it kind of like probably went downhill. I'm saying as it went on, and people's just like, yeah, it's a good show for like the kids. Yeah. It essentially is, and it makes sense. It is like I want to be a hero, but the plot synopsis of it is actually interesting. Of like the main character like not having powers, but the like his mentor. Essentially, his mentor
looks so cool.
Yeah, his mentor Hiro, like has like a unique quirk with his power is that he can pass it down. So he chooses that guy. So
it's like in Arashka where you've got the special sword which you can bequeath to your descendants and shit.
So like he's not special on himself, but he gets the power from like this amazing dude. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool like way of getting your power.
That's a cool through line.
Yeah.
No, but like there's just certain things where I really badly want to get in, and like, but like good animation, good music is what does it for me overall. Yeah. And going back to that, like I think that's one of the things about Kabaneri which is so appealing, and one of the things about Guilty Crown which is so appealing. Yeah. Because freaking Tetsuro Araki, he knows how to like, he knows music implementation and how to use the soundtrack to the animation.
Like, it is so important. If you want to get feelings out of somebody watching your show, music implementation at the right time with the right animation, like, just nails it harder than anything else.
Yeah. Alright, welcome to the Otaku Bubble Talk Show. I'm your host, Aaron.
And I'm your other host, Colin.
And we talk about 6 soundtracks.
Yeah.
Alright.
Cool animation.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like, I had this thought the other day, which is I want to get into Nier, because Nier's soundtrack is it's
amazing.
Okabe. So like I mean it's really good. And
I'll listen to it. It's good.
It's just because
like
the problem with every single one of Yoko Taro's games is that they are narratively strong, but fuck actually playing that game. Like I got through Drakengard 1 and 2 just because I was a kid and I didn't really know any better.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucked up for being a kid, but anyway. And like when I got around to Drakengard 3, even though the story was really good, I couldn't get around to it because every single one of Yoko Taro's games requires, and even as a kid I didn't know this. I just played it and then was done with it. But it's like it requires you to complete the game multiple times.
Oh.
From like certain points and that kind of stuff. So
that's interesting.
It's interesting, but problem is that when your game doesn't play good,
that ruins the replayability immediately.
So you have no impetus to go back to it, which is why I'm so freaking hyped that Platinum is doing Nier Automata, because
I'm playing through that again.
The failing point of every single Yoko Taro game is the gameplay. And like, I played Nier for like a bit, but no, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's like my issue with Stellar Glow, where you have multiple character endings, and I'm like, I'm not going through this game again.
But But in Stellar Glow, at least it's kind of different because it's like more like a visual novel, I guess.
It is more. It is
because
it's visual novel-esque.
Because in Nier's case, you're being fed 75% of the same shit.
Yeah.
With slight differences, and like I don't know how to describe this without any spoilers, but you learn things
okay.
as you keep playing.
Yeah.
On your like repeat playthroughs.
Okay.
So yeah.
So it's just a lot. Yeah. Well. Yes. Yeah. You get learn every different character. Like the main problem I have with Stellar Glow is that certain character, like every character you unlock, unlocks after a certain time frame, but the way you go about increasing like your like relationship with them coincides with you only have like 3 times like in a day, like during your free time to associate, so it overlaps, so you can't choose.
It's similar to S-linking where it's like you got a day-night cycle.
Yeah, I know, but it's worse because there are specific characters like that happen at the same time. So if you want to choose 2 people that happen to coincide at the same time, you are fucked, because sometimes it does such a weird implementation of like some characters you can see on like different part, like you can actually go to them because after a certain time has passed, then they go to a different room.
Yeah.
So you can do their time. But some you can't at all, and you get them so late in the game that either you put all your time into getting them or you just never get them. And if you do that, then you can't finish off that person that happens to be at the same time. So you can't, there's like certain characters that unless like they're on different floors, having them on the same floor, you're just not going to max them out.
That's the part where that's the point in your life where you realize, okay, I need a strategy guide.
Yeah, like literally
a spoiler-free strategy guide.
I was just looking like, how am I fucking like putting my days? And what really like pissed me off is in the end, when they give you all like spoilers. I know you're not gonna play it.
Yeah.
But spoilers for the rest. When you get the entire villain cast to put your relationship with, that you can
that's okay. That's such a good. I kind of mad now that I know that. Cause okay, all right, fine. Here's my spoiler. Fucking sweet coding. That's one of the main gimmicks, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
Is because like every freaking character has their own motivations for doing things. So like when you unlock the villains as like party members,
yeah,
that's another like sick thing. Oh, villains as like characters that you play as later is the freaking best.
It's the best. It's the best.
Like it's such a spoiler thing, but I mean, yeah, it's
like
so cool.
Remember
like,
this guy that like tried to kill us and then we beat him? Yeah, he's fighting with us now.
And like, there's a couple different ways to do it. Like, there's the way you do it in like Devil May Cry 3, where you play the whole game as Dante, and once you're done, then you can go play as Virgil. Or or you could do it like Sweet Coden, where it's like character joins your side.
Okay.
Or whatever. It's just, that's so good. Like when that happens, like the feeling is so satisfying. Like Fire Emblem does that all the time. There's an entire class dedicated to this trope.
Oh yeah.
It's called, I believe it's called Myrmidon.
Okay.
At least from what I remember. Fire Emblem, I've only played one.
Alright, I haven't played any. So.
But yeah, there's only one. This specific class is dedicated to this trope, where they start out as your rival character, who you team up with in the end.
Okay, that's cool.
Other cool things, when your playable character becomes the villain.
Oh. What? That's
like
sick.
No,
that's
as in like in just stories in general.
Yeah.
Like Devil May Cry 4, when you're Nero and Dante. Well, minus, I don't know how to describe this, but yeah, you have to fight Dante.
Okay.
That's like, oh shit, we're in here now. Or my favorite moment, and what puts Generation 2 of Pokemon over Generation 1 of Pokemon.
Okay.
It's the only thing, is exploring the whole Kanto region, whatever. That's a really cool nostalgic throwback.
Yeah.
But walking up Mount Silver.
Yeah, and finding red.
Finding red. So good. Alright, you know what, let's get into the weeks, because that's a good segue. Because I watched Pokemon The Origin.
Oh, hasn't that been released?
Yeah, it's been around for a while, but
I
just never
remember watching that. That was a good watch.
Never got around to it.
Right.
The dub is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny Young Bosch is cast as like Brock.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that.
And like a bunch of people who you don't expect to be cast as characters are like weirdly miscast.
Yeah.
So it's just like.
Do I have a miscast? I'll talk when I get to my week.
All right. And what was I gonna say? No, it's just miscast and it's hilarious.
What'd you think about it?
It's okay. I mean, like, there's a couple of dumb things because it's like around the time it was coming out. Like, I know it was being used to promote X and Y.
Yes.
So like, the Deus Ex Machina that they use is Charizardite.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. And like, that is your through line is just like no.
There's so many people that are just so on the fence of Mega Evolutions. And Mega Evolutions is just like, it's not a bad thing, but it's just a tipping point where you see that Pokemon is
running out of ideas.
Yeah, it's just like getting into
Digimon.
Essentially, I'm gonna take like card game words anthology for this of like power creep.
Yeah.
Of just every Pokemon is just getting stronger from now on, because like I don't watch anything to do with Pokemon, but from here it's like almost every Pokemon in whatever tournament is always a Mega Evolving one. And since there's only specific ones, then it's like it limits everything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't follow Pokemon competitive or whatever.
I follow. I like watching Pokemon tournament. That's great, but I don't follow like any of the actual game.
Yeah, competitiveness.
Competitive. No.
I'm kind of curious about Sun and Moon because that they're using like the Alola forms.
Oh god, that's such a. Have you seen the just giant joke of
the Executor
being a dragon?
No. The Executor Twitter account is amazing because it's 3 different Twitter accounts.
No, there's the whole thing of the Executor getting Aloha form, and it just gets this giant elongated.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
And it's considered dragon type, and they're just like, what the fuck? And then look at Charizard and is like, what the fuck is he not dragon type?
Anyway, yeah. Pokemon Origin though, it's what you expect.
Yeah, it's a Pokemon. I was just fucking around because of all the Pokemon Go stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like just a bunch of videos on that, and I somehow got into like the Pokemon movies, and now I'm just like, what are the Pokemon movies that I need to watch?
The good ones?
Yeah.
The good ones, Mewtwo, obviously.
Oh yes, the original Mewtwo one.
Pokemon the movie, which I have on VHS tape upstairs. Pokemon, I'm not sure if it's a movie or an OVA, what the classification is on it, but Mewtwo Returns.
Okay, I haven't seen any of the Mewtwo ones.
There's Pokemon 2000, which is the one with Lugia.
Okay.
I remember Lucario and the Mystery of Mew being good, but that might have just been me as a child.
I don't know.
All Shadows, what was it called? Fuck. Manaphy and the something is pretty good.
Manaphy. Oh, I complete. Who's Manaphy again?
The blue little funny mushroom looking thing with the dick on its head.
I tried to. I really don't.
It's like it looks like a jellyfish with a penis on its head.
Dude, what the fuck?
I don't know how to describe it any better. Okay. But it's like
I think I understand.
It's got like yellow eyes and it's got like this weird like jellyfish head.
I'm not searching up right now here. Just keep talking.
I'm not getting through to you. But whatever. Any of the ones like Pokemon Celebi, if I remember, is really good.
Oh yeah,
Celebi. I remember
Celebi was really popular. Like I've seen that one like 3 times on TV. I heard that a lot.
Actually, yeah, that's true. It might be just that because I remember back on YTV they showed that like all the time. I think
it was just really popular.
I barely remember that movie. Like it's not as memorable as the other ones.
Yeah, I don't think it is. It's like It's kind of like the Jirachi movie. Like, who remembers?
Oh, I hate the Jirachi movie.
Yeah, who remembers the Jirachi?
I hate the Jirachi movie, and I hate the Deoxys movie.
The Deoxys. Oh, that I remember seeing that one.
I hate both of those movies. And like any of the Diamond and Pearl ones are pretty not good.
I don't know. I like the Darkrai one.
Darkrai. You're gonna have to remind me because
Darkrai is the like legless kind of like.
No, as in I know what it is, but okay. I don't remember what the movie was.
Oh well, the whole thing is it's more focused on Darkrai rather than Dialga and Palkia, and it's just like it's just another Pokemon movie about him being like all about knife. Oh, that's Manaphy.
Yeah, so you see what I mean, where it's got a penis on its head.
Yeah. I never caught this Pokemon. No, I have caught it.
Well, see, here's the thing with it is that the only way you're able to legally get it is through so you have to play Pokemon Ranger.
Yeah.
Then you had to double back around.
Yeah.
And do a special event in Pokemon Ranger.
Yeah.
Then you get the Manaphy egg, which you can transfer into Diamond and Pearl.
Yep, I got it because I got Pokemon Ranger, and I remember playing. I remember doing that.
Of all the Pokemon spin-offs, Pokemon Ranger is like...
Pokemon Ranger's a good game, actually. Like, I played it. It's actually fun.
Yeah.
It's short, but it's fun. So I'm not sure if it's worth its price, but it's, like, a good game.
Though, I was going to say that, it's okay, but it's not my favorite. Like, I have a lot of love for the Mystery Dungeon games.
Yeah, Mystery Dungeons are fun. I've only played one. I played the Diamond and Pearl one, which is regarded as one of the best ones.
It's the best one.
The Diamond and Pearl.
Like, if that's the only exposure you have to Mystery Dungeon, that's the good one. Like, apparently, the latest one, not Gates of Infinity, but Super Mystery Dungeon is apparently good in the same way that Explorers of Time and Darkness was. Because, man...
I'm curious, like, what made it better than the rest? Was it just, like, the
okay, you know the story, right?
Yeah.
Freaking, that's one of the best Pokemon stories ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's so hard for Nintendo to, like, break out of their shell of, like, oh, we can just... 8 gyms, bad guy, Elite Four. Done. Like, and the Mystery Dungeon games are kind of where they're able to explore a bit more in terms of the writing.
Pokemon are actually sentient.
Yeah. And... that's one of the main reasons why I think that Black and White... I put Black and White really high tier, even though a lot of Pokemon fans generally disregard it.
I just, like... Black and White... I played Black and I beat it, but I never actually caught Reshiram.
Oh.
Because I actually... like, I think I was on, like, the 8th gym.
Okay, minor...
Because the legendary worked weird, because I remember playing, like, all the gyms, and maybe even the Pokemon League, and I never actually got Reshiram.
I don't remember exactly how it works, but, because it's been so long.
Yeah.
But one of the main things that I like about it is how different it is from all the other Pokemon games, in terms of, like, the plot.
Yeah, I think the plot...
and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, nothing touches that. Like, the only thing that I've liked that in the Pokemon universe that is close is the remake of Generation 2, Soul Silver, Heart Gold.
Oh, Soul Silver, yeah.
Because of the one extra thing you get, which is, okay, discover Team Rocket Base, and you get the sick plot twist of, oh, Silver is Giovanni's son, and that's why he's such a piece of shit the whole time. Whatever. Anyways, moving away from Pokemon. I didn't actually... because... and I'm going to apologize for, like, last week's podcast, because as I was editing it, I sound, like, really insane the whole time, because I'm in a lot of pain because of, like, my face is swollen up. And it's still pretty bad, which is why I didn't do a lot this week.
Okay.
Like...
that's fine.
But, like, yeah,
okay,
I just
both
talk...
had pretty busy weeks.
I talk in circles, and it's just, like, it's mainly because I can't really focus because, like, there's pain in my mouth. And there still is, but it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But I guess building off of that, like, I was basically only able to sleep and, like, take a shit ton of drugs because I needed to recover like we were talking about last week, the protodermis, and like being asleep for like 1,000 years. That was me. So yeah, I didn't get to do much.
The droids are more protodermis.
And I wish I could have played more Suikoden 2 and like talked about it.
Yeah.
But the way, going back to talking about guides, the way I played Suikoden was, alright, I know the through line is you have to get all 108 of these party members. So what I need to do was, okay, I'm not gonna fucking like go through this whole game and try to like do it.
I think it's just like a rare occasion that I will ever like go through a game without a guide if there is a guide needed. Like if there's like hidden characters or whatever, like even for Pokemon and shit, I'm just like, I'm going through all the walkthroughs to find that game because I'm not restarting the game.
Yeah, exactly. Because Suikoden is one of those games where it's like, I love it to death, but I love it for the plot reasons. Yeah. Like, mechanics are actually pretty solid, but I don't know. It's just like one of those things where I can't revisit it.
Yeah.
Because it just feels timestamped. Like,
it's
going back to like stuff like FF7 for me is like kind of difficult, and like FF9 as well. Even though I love those two games to death, but like I just can't do it.
Yeah.
So when I wanted to go back to Suikoden 2, but the problem was it takes a lot of focus for me to like, okay, where do I have to go? It's one of those things where it's just so emotionally draining, where it's like, okay, I couldn't do it. Like I need to sleep, I need to recover, because I had like an infection and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So mainly just stuck to like watching stuff this week.
Yep.
I finished Mobile Suit Gundam San, which is the parody thing. It's so good.
So stupid.
Like, I don't know how to describe this, but like, because if you haven't watched Gundam, like, the jokes hit, but there's a layer of depth if you like watched all of the original Mobile Suit Gundam and like parts of Zeta.
Yeah.
And then there's an additional, like, if you understand like the Japanese puns that they're throwing out.
Okay.
Like you get a chicken char, like, and it's literally just a chicken. And there's like a whole side plot dedicated to chicken char. And the reason is because the Japanese word for like domestic chicken sounds very similar to the word Zeon. So Char's sister has like a really punny name that also has to do with chickens.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's just,
dude, Japan loves their fucking puns.
it's pretty funny. And like, I don't know, there's just like a bunch of like weird things that are pretty funny about it. And Jisang was talking to me about this, where it's like, oh, the reason why they also wanted to do this is because they cast all the characters, like all the original characters, as with different actors.
Okay. Just
in case the original actors die.
All right.
We've got a contingency plan to keep making more Gundam shit. So, the voice of Char is played by the Japanese voice of Kamina.
Yep. And
like, you can kind of tell, but it's pretty spot on with like, this is Char.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, just like solid. If you like Gundam, Mobile Suit Gundam.
There you
go. What else did I do? I talked about trying to do Suikoden. I talked about Pokemon. Oh, continuing off Gundam, I guess. 8th MS team, I've continued.
Yeah, how's that going?
I mean, okay, so here's the problem. Here's the problem. Like, I was talking last week about how 8th MS team is a lot better because, like,
the romance is done better.
The romance is done better.
Yeah.
That, I have to rectify that statement.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Have we gone orange on this? Just 180?
Oh man, yeah, not 180. Like, it's still pretty
90 degrees.
It's still pretty okay, but I mean, like, the rectifying is that like, there's parts where the romance gets in the way, and that's what I realize that's what actually bothers me about Gundam.
Yeah. Is
when the romance gets in the way, like with Camille and like, what the fuck's her name, Sarah, and like Four, and like, man, fuck, Zeta Gundam is like rife with that shit.
Hey, you know, when romance doesn't get in the way, but instead gets gunned down in a civilian protest, Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, yeah. best romance, like there's a couple of really good romances in Gundam. I've always felt that Gundam is a romance story, and I said that like last week as well. So like Unicorn does it well, even though Unicorn has problems. The actual romance part of it's done well. Gundam Wing probably does it well, though it's been a number of years since I've seen it. I don't know, just like going to 8th MS theme where it gets in the way of the plot.
Okay.
Like that's the main issue, and like Stardust Memory also suffers from it gets in the way of the plot. Like freaking Fight the War. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I could go on, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
All right. I guess
Good
that's the end of my week.
Plan.
Yeah, that's the end of my week. I can't. Just the only other things I've done is like kept up with like 91 days and that kind of stuff.
Yep, we can talk about 91 days.
Okay, you can
kept up with that.
All right. So
it's
that lasagna,
dude. Oh man, that was so fucked up. Like you know, Fango's a fucked up person, but this is just like, damn, he's a fucked up guy.
Like that was a freaking Dio moment. Like that was so good.
Oh, there's plenty more left, and you're just like.
That lasagna.
Dude, all I'm wondering is if like Angel, Nero, and like the rest of the cast were eating the same lasagna.
No, they weren't. They clearly weren't.
Yeah, okay.
But that was such a good.
No, that lasagna was delicious, right?
Yeah. That episode was like a constant mindfuck because it's like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? And I'm not gonna get into specifics.
That was like, that entire episode was just like, oh fuck, he betrayed. Oh wait, no he did. Oh he did. Oh shit.
that was so good.
It was a good episode.
Yeah, like because everyone thought going into 91 days that it was gonna be like, I don't know, a generic.
People thought just like
show.
It would just like go down into a generic mob show.
But
like
first
this
off,
it's just like.
But first off, the end of episode 2 happens, and you're just like, shit, really? This fast we're going on?
You know, we're just like, oh, we're going real fast, and then now we're continuing, and this we're just like, oh, okay, and it thickens.
Yeah, and then it begins. I'm just curious about how they're gonna solve the kind of predicament that they're in.
They're in such a mess now. Like it is just a constant like. Them getting to webs, unsolving this, and then getting into more, and it's just like, what's gonna happen?
And like you could argue that it's kind of generic mob show, but I don't know. I love it.
It's really good right now. So, So okay, yeah, we were on like just Mal and talking about IMBD. So if I were to ever have like an enemy database, like just a new Mal to say, I would literally just like exterminate you being allowed to rate the anime like a 9 or 10 before it finishes airing. Just like you can rate it an 8 while you're watching it, but that's not max because it's so skewed because everybody rates it as they go.
Yeah.
And so in the end, the ratings are so skewed, like either so highly or so like low, that just in the end, like the actual reviews. Probably like 90% was during the duration of it, and never at the end.
I think Mal being fucked up is kind of what led to the rise of the YouTube anime critic, because no one knew what the fuck was.
Nobody knew what was good, yeah.
And it's only when someone sits you down and just like talks about it.
Yeah, but
you
people finally just like, this show was good, that show was bad. Here's actual reasons and not shitty Mal reviews.
Yeah.
So.
Mal's kind of a joke, and Hummingbird. Everyone's like, "Oh, Hummingbird," but Hummingbird isn't that much better.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay. So are we
getting away from poison?
from toxic poison wastelands. Are we going to my week then?
I guess.
Yep. Okay.
Was your week a toxic poison wasteland?
Dude, I don't even know. I'm just
so are you watching Orange? Is the real question.
No, I haven't started myself into that mess yet. I haven't even gotten myself out of the ReZero mess.
Okay. I still need to start it up. Okay.
Okay, like it's really interesting, like early on. Then it kind of dives into Then it comes back up and hits you full force for like the next couple episodes. You're like, yeah, and then it kind of just like drops off, and you're like,
yeah.
It's like I think I've hit like a slow part, and that's why I stopped watching it. Just so I'll get back to it, and I'll see how crazy and shitty Subaru has apparently become. And by crazy and shitty, I mean like different than what they wanted of a character, because fucking
people always like set themselves up for like expectations.
Yeah. don't do that in anime. Just we already have enough generic anime fodder that we should probably like.
Okay, sorry, you just reminded me of something. I'm gonna sideline back into my week for a second. Thunderbolt Fantasy.
Yeah.
One thing that's freaking amazing about it is, okay, it's a puppet show, whatever.
Yeah.
But like the characters are so anime, and it's like, wait, what's going on? And then you come to the realization that Thunderbolt Fantasy is actually a mockery of anime tropes.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if I should like do like a long form Facebook post about it. But like essentially what it is it takes like, it's a wuxia story, and it's like very stereotypical. Okay, smart guy needs to unite all the forces in like China to like go against big bad.
Yeah.
But your forces in all of China, the best forces in all of China, are just like stereotype anime characters. So instead of like in like legit just Chinese classical literature where it's like, okay, normally these characters are like so one note and they don't get along.
Yeah.
I mean, they do get along. In Thunderbolt Fantasy, they don't get along because they're one note characters. Like, so like you got like a tsundere character and like a yandere character, and they're just like arguing back and forth. And the only character who acts normal, everyone's suspicious of because he doesn't act like a fucking anime character.
Take that, tropes. That's just like, it's like if anime characters were in real life, this is the proof that they would all die in these situations.
Yeah, it's I would almost call it a deconstruction, but it's not really a deconstruction because that's not the actual genre.
Yeah, it's just a mockery.
But yeah, going back to your week, I mean...
Okay, so 91 Days is still good. I'm watching the shittiest animated show. Holy crap, it like quality of code, it's like, I don't understand.
Wait, sorry. You didn't let
where the money is. What the fuck? This was like some giant converse of like shows. Like Dating Life was animated really well. Hanako was like a slice of life, but the animation was still there.
But like
Origaru is
but you can't count that because this is A1 Pictures doing it.
I know, but it's bullshit because A1 Pictures does good stuff.
That's debatable depending on what you're watching.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, A1 Pictures literally just, like, decides, okay, we'll animate this really well, and then, like, fuck off with the rest of these series.
The problem with A1 Pictures is that it's not really an animation company so much as it is a group of people who are rotating in and out constantly.
Yeah.
So, like, you'll never... you'll sometimes get the good person rotating in, like, let's say Tomohiko Ito of... SAO, Erased, and Seven Deadly Sins fame.
God damn, why can't I get that animation? That is literally like the reason why the anime is just bad. It is like Log Horizon's main thing was just like the animation does not hold up with the rest of the show. It just can't keep up, and it actually detracts from the experience.
Right.
And that is literally the bane of quality code. Like Log Horizon had the benefit. And the reason why it didn't do abysmally is because its story wasn't focused on action. It was focused on economy and like politics and talking more.
Debatable, but I'll let it slide.
I know.
The point of your argument.
It's like it's more 50-50. It's like action, yes, MMO, but it's also like a bit of something else. So they're not entirely focused on. Quality Code is entirely based on fighting the aliens. Entirely action based. And its animation is worse than Log Horizon and Cross Ange. It is so bad that they could not even do a final finishing moment of the epic bad boss. They just cut to white. It is so bad. Like, I've seen people on the forums and it's just like, it's so bad because the animation, it's supposed to be an action. If the action doesn't have animation, it's just terrible.
You know what they should have done? They should do what freaking Production IG or like Sanzigen does. Whenever they need someone, which is they call up Studio Trigger and be like, "Yo, we got like this budget. Can you help us do our action scenes?" Yeah. And Hiroyuki Imaishi comes in, puts camera glasses on, and is like, "Okay, I got this."
Like they just the studio just doesn't understand how to budget their animation correctly.
Oh yeah, they've had this issue forever though.
Yeah, yeah.
If you watch like certain parts of SAO, like
oh god, okay, yeah. No, I know, like even in the OP, if you look closely, some of the animation shots are rendered so poorly.
Yeah, like it was good at the start, but then it slowly got worse.
Yes.
Like if you look at Ignite's OP, it's just like fucking what the fuck am I looking at? Whatever.
Okay, so yeah, back to like shitty. Like, I just watched like Danmachi, which was done by that was JC Staff.
That was JC Staff.
Wrong.
JC
good on them. JC
like,
Staff is good. Good on
JC Staff is like what do they call them? If you like slice of life shows, they're like top tier.
Yeah, Danmachi is interesting because like it's one of their first action, not slice of life. And back from last week, I actually recommend Danmachi. Go watch it.
Okay.
So Quality Code is just like I really needed that animation to it because it had like really good animation shots, like in action shots, and it's entirely based, but like the story is just like mediocre. It's like Taboo Tattoo's like a completely mediocre story.
Oh man,
people
fuck
just
Taboo
hate
Tattoo.
it.
I tried.
Like,
I genuinely tried.
I really hate it. But it's like the animation is at least there, which keeps it at like the 7 average line. Quality Code doesn't have the animation, and it just detracts from the experience, and it's so garbage. But it has like these like it has some really interesting like parts of it, like that would make it a more interesting watch than Taboo Tattoo, where okay, let me just tell you about the one in episode 3 they have this ridiculous boss fight. It's this like it's the rule of cool all over.
Okay, all right, sure.
And it's just like some of it is so bad.
Is it like the boss design's cool, or is the scenario?
No, the scenario and the way they fight the monster is amazing.
But
the animation just doesn't hold up. The
okay.
animation's bad. So like what happens is that there's like a giant spire in the sea, and there's like, oh wow, that's like the biggest alien. And so like the main character is just like, the main character's kind of arc is like one man army.
Okay.
And he's an asshole to everyone. He just calls everyone like an amateur about it. But it's an interesting because it's not a bad thing. That sounds interesting because
it's the generic shonen thing would be I'm one man army, but I'm also the nicest and the coolest.
Yeah, he's not. He's a complete asshole, and he talks about like everyone like being amateurs, and it's like I'll do it all myself because his whole thing is that he just wants to protect like his sister.
He needs some Mamoru.
Yeah, but his sister's like already like really good on her. She has her own strong magic, but it's only support, so she's like supporting him all the time. So he tries to go in and like
she gives him his buffs.
Yeah, literally. So he tries to go in, and it's like revealed, just like Ice Glacier style. Oh, there's actually a giant monster under that water tower, just in the ocean, just, and they're like, oh shit.
It's like when Teplin turns into a giant robot.
Yeah. They're just like, oh shit, this is much worse than we imagined. And so even like the strongest girl, the strongest person who's actually the little lolly girl, by Oyuki, like favorite voice actor, she's amazing in it, can't even like put it dead. So they have to get like point blank close to it, which is like literally impossible. So they come up with the stupidest tactics of taking a transport like ship for like airplanes, putting enough ballast on it to make it a submarine, just like right under, so they get point blank close. And then just all the time you just see like, okay.
Now you think an underwater alien would be able to see underwater though.
Yeah, but the thing is that it came up above the surface, so I can't see how deep.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
That's fine. Quality Code's stupid. So they're just chilling there, and I realize they're not even a submarine. This is the dumbest shit. How does it contain the water pressure? But whatever. The even dumber thing is that they have to distract them, like even more so that they don't see it coming. So these dudes get there's another pair, the other brother and sister pair, and they're like the angsty trio. They just like emotionless. They're like, I don't really care about this shit. So they pull a train, and the dude's like, we can't get into like firing range because there's a barrier that like protects them. So like we have to get out of the barrier close enough to them, but we're stuck on these tracks, which is like stuck on there. So you know what? I'm gonna set explosives, blow half the train out, hanging over it, continuous fire on it, and then when it shoots like lasers back at them, when they're beyond the barrier, he shoots another explosive that rotates the train back onto the tracks behind the barrier, and it does this one flips back, mortifying, and it's just this explosion train spinning halfway 50-50 on this train track. Like,
okay, that's I don't know. That just sounds pretty okay to me.
It's
like it sounds like a pretty
no,
cool
like
thing.
if you look at it, it just looks dumb as hell.
Okay, I'll have to take your word for it.
But yeah, yes, and so after that, they haven't they have more problems with the aliens. It's like, oh yeah, we beat it, but there's this whole like no entry zone in it where if they haven't cleared out all the aliens and they don't know how dangerous it is beyond this certain limit.
Okay, so it's Wall Maria.
Sort of. But the thing is, it's not a wall. It's literally just like pylons in the ocean saying, "Don't go past here."
Okay.
So
this is the swimming area.
Yeah.
Don't go into the deep end.
And there's I'll spoil because you shouldn't watch this show.
Okay.
It's just bad.
It's the orange scenario.
Yeah.
You're too
I'm stuck into it. I'm just gonna watch it and try to enjoy it. The aliens just don't like it when you go into the no entry zone because it's kind of like their space that you shouldn't mess with them.
Yeah.
So the kind of like truce treaty thing is that they only come in from the ocean, like just only there, but it's revealed that they could come from the skies and instead, but they just like chose not to. But then once they went beyond the boundary, then all of a sudden like all the people that just like went beyond the boundary were just suddenly targeted, and they started coming from the skies. They're just like, whoa, why are they coming from the skies now? And now they're like capturing people for some reason.
Yeah.
And so now it's just kind of just like, okay, so there's like a reason why this no like boundary rule exists, and perhaps like the aliens, now that they're just capturing humans, we're gonna see like a little more about like the reason why the aliens are here and stuff. But it's still just
I always hate, like, I don't know, I always hate that, like, we chose to go into water even though we could come. Do you remember how you know how the setup of all you need is kill is like, oh, these aliens, did they ever explain that in the manga? I'm not sure.
What?
Where it's like, oh, the aliens came from space,
Yeah.
but then they injected starfish in the water, and that's why you get the mimics.
Okay. I don't think they fully explain. They're just like, they're in the water.
Yeah. Like, it's always, I don't know why, but like, aliens coming from the water, like, it just doesn't make sense to me, like, 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Like, All You Need Is Kill does like a decent job at explaining it, but like stuff like fucking, I don't know, Battleship.
Yeah.
The shitty 2012
Okay.
Battleship movie.
This is actually just like even worse because it's not even they come from the water. They just teleport just in, but above the water.
Oh.
So they could always come in from the sky, but they just chose to from the ocean.
You need a good excuse.
I know, they just need a good excuse for this. Yeah, it's just... Anyways, bad animation. Other stuff I watched was... I'm trying to remember if I did anything else. I watched a bit of Season 2 of Index. I love the animation quality. It's much better than the first.
That's also A1, isn't it? Or
I have no idea. I didn't check.
I thought it was A1. I couldn't be wrong.
Because I'm wondering if the animation studio changed between the first and second season.
Well, speaking about 91 Days, the studio that did 91 Days, their claim to fame was freaking doing all of their after what do you call it? After the company that was doing Der at the time said, that's not the direction our company wants to go.
Yeah. Okay, so it was JC staff.
Oh, it was JC stuff?
Yeah. Oh, for both seasons. Okay.
Did the animation director change? Or do you think that just because of the success of Index?
Yeah, I think so, because it's the same. It's the same, like, same director, same music and stuff. Yeah. That's weird. That is weird. Yeah, so I guess it did successful until they got season 2.
And they got better budget now.
Better budget, so it looks good. I just watched a bit of that. more important, I've caught up to Mob Psycho. And that, okay, you know how I was talking about miscast voices? Matsuoka is in there.
Yoshitsugu Matsuoka.
Yeah.
For context, what's he done?
Kirito, Bell from Denmachi.
Sora from No Game No Life. Sorata from Sakura.
So he's a very like main character, usually like harem based around like, title girls. This time he's a villain, and he's like, I can tell he doesn't know what he's doing. Like,
because in Code Geass Akito of the Exile, he plays one of my favorite asshole piece of shit characters, and I love him so much because of that.
Like I'll have to see that because the difference for this is that he's like a really young teenager in this one.
Right.
Still, he's not older villain.
No, he's a teenager in Akito of the Exile.
Yeah? Okay.
But he just sounds like a yandere, and it's amazing.
Okay. For this one, he's like this angsty, super overconfident villain.
Okay.
Dude.
How high pitched is he?
He's not.
Okay.
But it doesn't have the same problem Danmachi have of like high pitch coming issues. In the end, like, it was an okay performance. I didn't think it was amazing or bad. It's just.
But you felt it was kind of miscast.
It was not a miscast. It's just like, he just should like. Yeah, it's probably miscast. It would probably like, I think it was good, but they probably could have found someone like better that would perfectly do it. But I don't think he was bad. It's just his Kirito voice is really what is like really good and what makes him.
So you hear the Kirito voice in it.
Yeah, obviously. I just know it just sounds higher pitched.
It's just one of those. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Keep going.
In this one, you hear it, but it's all over the place. Like, it's like not even voice positives. It's literally just like speaking impediments. When he starts using the phlegm screams and like the Kirito's like known for that. And this one is just so bad because he changes from like light sounding teenager to like super angsty to really loud and deep with like the phlegm.
But is it done for humorous effect? Because
no, it's all serious. It's meant to be like he's really angry and pissed at you, and it's not comedy. Like, they're not laughing at it. He's just like, he really wants to kill the main character and he's pissed off at it. But it's just all over. Like, there's no consistency in the voice. It's never like the same pitch just getting louder. It's all of a sudden like this different pitch, and all of a sudden he like pitches down this voice. Like, if I'll show you the scene and you'll like know it's him because of just like the way that he does speak.
Right.
But it's so all over the voice. It's just, I couldn't get the feeling of the character anymore, of just what the character really sounded like.
Yeah. Because
his voice was kept changing. And I just think that was a miscast of like, you could have gotten like
someone who knew
you
that.
You could have literally gotten Yuki Kajira and he would have done that better. Like, his voice is completely different.
Yuki Kajira? What?
Not Yuki Kajira.
Yeah.
My bad.
50-year-old grandma doing
fuck. He's like miscast. My favorite male voice actor was
Yuichi Nakamura, Yuki Kaji.
Yuki Kaji. Fuck, man.
Close.
It's Yuki Kaji to do it, and I know like he would do it.
Okay,
he would fit.
You haven't watched One Punch Man. He plays a sick villain.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Does he play the robot dude?
He plays Speed of Sound Sonic.
Oh, okay.
Which is the ninja dude. And who's like a weird yandere, but also like angsty shonen.
So I just think that there was someone that could have voiced a better villain voice than that, because I was just very confused of the character. Like, the character, he was only shown just like very shortly, and they tried to like develop an entire character arc.
So it's like, is it like a one episode thing?
Yeah, it's like he appears at the very end and is sold in the beginning of the other one. But more importantly is like the story of like Mob's character like development is just like amazing, and it's consistent through the entire thing. It's a complete like just learning experience of this character and getting to know him through other characters.
Right.
Where he has this brother, and the brother aspires to be him with psychic powers, and even shows like he's trying to like be psychic, but he's amazing at everything that Mob isn't good at, which is like regular life, being popular.
Oh, so like
good grades.
So like he has traits that Mob wants, and then
Mob
has traits that he wants.
Yeah. So, well, like Mob is like emotionally dead. So like he loves his brother like and aspires, but his brother just doesn't like get that feeling.
Right.
And he can't see, but Mob just like really does like him. So these like continuing episodes is him like when he meets the first other psychic, it's him in the battle like against himself of not using your powers against other people.
Right.
Because he's told by the first like con artist man, and they make a joke of it. It's just like a giant aspiring like motivational. You can't use it. It's like what do you do with the kitchen? What don't you do with the kitchen knife? Pointing at other people. Same with psychic powers. And then he's all silhouetted, and then when it shows it's his face, it's just like, well, now that you show the con man, it's like, now this doesn't seem so motivational. Yeah. But like the con man, it's meant to be like his sort of mentor is still like cares about Mob as a person, and Mob's just like personal conflict is him and his psychic powers, because it's revealed that he once injured his brother at a younger age when they were getting mobbed by some older dudes, and he got knocked out and apparently just like literally like hurt everyone. Like there was just blood everywhere, and he hurt his brother, and he freaked out, and he never wanted to use his powers again because he was scared of hurting people. And when that happens and he's trying not to fight the psychic dude who's just like beating the shit out of him, apparently in the end he doesn't use psychic powers and reverts to like physical violence and like pretty much almost kills him. Like he's just like unconscious on the floor, like he thinks he's dead.
Right.
And when he's like walking away, it's shown that like Mob has this manifestation of like another power within him that is just
okay. I'm gonna have to catch up because you sound like you're talking about super spoilery shit.
Yeah. So like I'll try to like make this little spoiler if you're gonna like catch up.
Because I love One Punch Man.
Okay,
you have to understand this.
So it's revealed that there's something else other than Mob with his powers,
right?
And it just like blows everything to shit. And then also show that in his past that he didn't do it. It was something other. Like the brother just literally says that.
Okay, all right. It wasn't his fault, basically.
It wasn't. It was just like that wasn't my brother that did it. It was something else. And
okay.
So it's also shown that his like 100, you know, like the counter thing I told you, it's not actually just associated with rage. That's like a mistake on my part. It's actually just like any emotion he's feeling.
Oh, so is that like him walking into a grocery store? No. Him walking into the supermarket, he sees like a Playboy magazine, and he's like starts feeling things.
Yeah, it's just anything at the time. And so this one was a more emotional, and it was really interesting because it tackles separate emotional parts, where the first one was just rage and anger at the world around him.
Right.
This one is sadness of not being able to control himself. And so I think like the continuation would be, we're going to go to 100, and every time it's going to be a different emotion that is just suddenly revealed. So that's like the explanation of like him holding in all his emotions.
I really think you should watch One Punch Man. Because One Punch Man is the thing that came before, and also like there's a lot of similarities from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Main character Saitama, his whole, you feel he also is a character who doesn't express emotion very well.
Yeah.
But he does kind of, sort of, not really. But like you feel like when you're watching One Punch Man that you're watching a character who's already had his character arc.
Yeah.
So it is about him, but it's more so about like the characters around him developing.
Okay.
As opposed to him, because he literally solves every problem with one punch.
Yeah, this is like, it's not the same thing because his entire character arc is about Mob.
Yeah.
Not so much the other characters, but yeah, I'm just looking forward. It's a really good show. The opening's amazing too.
Okay, I'll do it.
Watch it. Have you seen the opening?
I have not.
I'll show you the opening. It's amazingly animated.
Okay.
I think that does it for my week.
Alright, so we'll cut to break. I will watch that OP, and we will be right back.
Settle transition.
And we're back. What was I gonna say? That OP is pretty like old school anime. I was just talking to you about like a second ago.
Yeah.
But like,
have you seen the animation style of the show?
I have no exposure to
Alright.
Mob Psycho.
It's completely old school. It is completely non-modern and very, I forget. I think it's Bones that's doing this.
It's Bones, yeah.
Yes.
I know that.
They're
much.
like very inherent of the style from the manga.
Okay. I will get around to it because freaking One Punch Man is so good. What was it gonna say? Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, news. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Got more important shit to talk about.
Yeah.
So, back in 2013, a certain company went under. THQ died in like 2013.
Rest in peace.
Really? Rest in peace? Like, anyone could see that THQ was like going under.
Yeah.
But after they went under, Nordic acquired like a good 50% of their properties. So like,
yeah.
Okay. What was it? Like they acquired like I think Kingdom, Darksiders, and a couple other THQ like mainstays, and I'm gonna use that in air quotes.
They don't really have any what's it, Saints Row?
Yeah, Saints Row was Deep Silver that acquired that though.
Yeah. All of their stuff got acquired by like
the different companies. But Nordic ended up with a majority of the assets.
Deep Silver also got the Metro series.
Was that THQ as well?
Yeah, apparently Metro 2033 was THQ, and Last Light was Deep Silver.
Right. So I guess both of those companies did end up getting, I guess,
some stuff.
But Nordic got a majority. I remember that much. Like they had like 54% of the properties.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was earlier this week, THQNordic was revealed as like the new name of Nordic Games.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an Atari situation where Atari was back for a bit, but not really. It was Atari. It was just a different company under the same name.
Mm-hmm.
So what we got here is, I guess, this company that's claiming, like, they got all the brands, they've got everything to do with THQ. It's just that they're based in Norway now.
Yeah.
Nordic Games is like one of those companies that you don't hear a lot about over here, but they do a lot of publishing stuff.
Okay.
So like them actually taking a development, like I guess perspective.
Yeah.
Is kind of interesting.
They want to make their own games.
I remember that they've been hosting like a couple of like youth developer contests. What I call it?
Yeah.
Conferences rather. And so like they're trying to like build up a staff.
Yep.
And I think this is what they're clearly trying to push towards is studios that can do Darksiders 3, studios that can do
Saints Row.
Well, not Saints Row because they don't own it, but like Kingdom of Amalur or whatever the fuck. Like
really,
I'm not sure.
They don't really have that many.
I'm not sure which properties that THQ actually.
Oh wait, they own Alan Wake. Huh.
Well, that does make sense. I'm not sure which actual games, which actual properties they own.
Spellforce.
They own. They own Red Faction, yo.
Yeah, Red. Oh
shit, I love Red Faction 2. Is it Red Faction 2? Yeah, for the PS2. Freaking so good.
Come out with more Red Faction.
No, but recently, what they've mostly been doing, Nordic at least, they've been just like re-releasing like a lot of old school THQ games, like on like Steam and that kind of stuff. Which
I gotta get some profits before they actually like start doing stuff. But apparently they have a lot of games on the back burner. There was like they said like 23 games and 13 yet to be announced.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. Regardless, let's keep moving on. Speaking of, I guess, I don't know my segue with this.
Speaking of video games.
That's way too general, but whatever. Speaking of, I don't know whatever. Final Fantasy 15 might get delayed.
No, it's confirmed it's delayed.
Confirmed delayed?
Yep, just a couple hours ago, I think.
Legit?
Yep, it's just November 29th.
November 29th over here?
I believe.
I thought it was the 24th. I could be mistaken.
I saw it for 29th.
Alright, whatever. Anyway, yeah. May or may not be delayed. You're saying that it is delayed. We can't corroborate this right now. But yeah, wow. That's something. Isn't it? They've had all this push for like, oh, yo, guys. We're gonna have an announcement for the announcement of our release date.
Also, day one patches.
Well, day one patches you kind of need nowadays.
Yeah, I don't really blame now for day one patches. Like, No Man's Sky's done it. Everybody wasn't even because it fixes a lot of stuff.
Yeah, especially in No Man's Sky's case.
Yeah, delays.
I feel like it's talking about No Man's Sky. It's a similar situation where public sentiment is now against Square Enix, and like you kind of have to factor that in, like as a company.
It's so hurtful to announce a delay,
especially when they had an entire event dedicated to announcing the announcement of the release date.
Yeah,
freaking uncovered Final Fantasy. What bullshit. Just for the delay. I mean, fucking come on.
We'll get our video games one day, guys. Like some multiverse.
You know what? On the bright side, everyone now wins because being no longer 15 days away from freaking Persona 5's Japanese release date, that's good. And then it's 1 month after Pokemon's Sun and Moon's release date, so they're saving themselves for like the two big JRPG. And I'm not even counting Last Guardian.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's 3 big JRPGs that come out within the span of like.
Dude, I need a PS4 now. This is the year they get a PS4.
Well, I didn't put it on the docket, but Sony's doing like essentially a PlayStation Neo announce event.
It's PlayStation Neo
announce event. Do you know about the Neo? The Neo is Sony's like PlayStation 4.5.
When is it coming out?
We don't know yet. Like we have nothing on this, but that's
fuck that. I'm just buying a PS4. I ain't waiting to play these games.
Okay. There's nothing substantial about it, just like faster.
If it's like the PS3 Slim, I don't give 2 fucks.
Yeah. It's like just like faster load times. Load times on the PS4 are already pretty good. So
yeah,
I mean,
much better than PS3.
Yeah. So I guess that's good.
But back to like delay, just like
public sentiment is against them.
Like I know, like you're just hurting your reputation so much every time you announce a delay. It's like every time you announce it, less people are going to buy your game.
Would you rather they announce a delay or just never give a release date? Cause is that better to know?
I'd rather
and then get the night twist.
I'd rather get a release date like 2 months before it actually, like 2 or 3 months before it releases, and get like a year. It's like we're delayed. Yeah, we're delayed because eventually I'm just gonna like forget about the game.
Well, that's how most Japanese companies do it nowadays. Is like we give the release date like we're basically done.
Yeah, we're basically done, guys.
Yeah, but if you're like a AAA Japanese publisher, they don't generally tend to do that. Like, let's say, for instance, like freaking Sony or whatever. Mm-hmm. Generally, they don't tend to do that.
Yeah. I wonder what the day one patch is going to be. I wonder what it's going to fix.
I mean, No Man's Sky's day one patch was pretty substantial, so hopefully...
It was, but it made the game decent.
Yeah.
Like, without it would have been just ugh.
right.
Moving on to other video game companies.
Speaking of RPGs.
Yeah.
Segues. Segues.
We've got our Gust Games. Oh yeah, Beautiful Girl Festival.
Okay, so
I just love
Beautiful
that.
Girl Festival is what they're calling the event.
The event, yes.
So
and it's the release of all three. We already have two, and
we have two,
final.
and this is the final. The final one is
Waifu Simulator.
So, did you take that quiz?
Oh shit, it's a quiz?
So basically, well, you have to fiddle around with Google Translator.
Oh wow, okay.
For
It's
quiz.
in Japanese. Dude, who doesn't want the free fetish diagnosis test?
We sound so creepy right now.
I love that. They're like, get your free fetish test. Yes, I want these diagnostics. Okay, translate to English.
No, we're not doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
Fuck you. No, but yeah. So the last Gust game.
Reveal your deep psych fetish diagnosis. Bleh. Let's try immediately from diagnosing. To true nature the sleep.
So the last game that they announced air quotes
was the Yuri
game. Production IG
Yeah.
co-production thing with a lot of the Team Ninja guys on it. It was a very similar situation to Knights of Azure, but like just different people this time. But for this, it seems like it's Gust internal, like the whole thing.
Dude, I don't even know the questions. All right, doing this later.
Yeah, it seems very Gust internal, like the whole thing.
It does. I hope it is because I like Gusts.
But Knights of Azure turned out well. Good, it had good reviews. So I mean, getting other parts of THQNordic incorporated into Gust, because THQNordic been trying to, because that's what THQNordic been trying to do for like ages. Is like, and they've been pretty successful with Team Ninja. Like Tokiden and Hyrule Warriors are two examples of really good like Team Ninja THQNordic like collaborations. And it's good when parts of your studios are actually talking to each other and like sharing information instead of being like
silent.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not sure what to make of like the new.
It's supposed to like you said, a waifu simulator. Apparently, I don't know. Like when I first saw the just the thing, I'm just thinking of like Miracle Girls Festival.
That's such a weird
some dumb idol waifu simulator.
I hope it's like customize your waifu, take your waifu on dates.
I want, dude. Like we already almost have that in Arnold Surge with the
alignment system or whatever. Yeah. All right, moving right along. Speaking of events, there's going to be a Code Geass 10th anniversary event happening in Chiba. What do you think's gonna? Because I feel like they're gearing up towards something. They don't.
Dude, we're gonna get something, and it's just gonna implode the world when we get more Code Geass.
Because like, there's a couple ways you can go. It's like Code Geass anime, Code Geass live action, another manga.
I'd probably be leaning towards a live action or an anime.
I'm leaning towards an anime, actually. Yeah. So yeah, I wonder if like, I assume they're gonna get all the crew back together, like Clamp.
Yeah.
Whatever the director's name is, Ichiro Kochi, who's like Guilty Crown and Kabaneri and Valve Rave and all that stuff. All that good stuff. Quality entertainment. Like if Ichiro Kochi comes back and it says, "I'm writing another Code Geass anime," you kind of have to question whether or not it's actually going to be good. Because, like, since Code Geass, he's gone on to write some shit. Because Guilty Crown, Valve, and, what do you call it? And, Kabaneri. All pinnacles of writing. Speaking of pinnacles of writing, like Kabaneri. Hey guys. Did you guys know that Biba might still be alive?
Wow! Who wouldn't love Griffith to come back again? Dude, fuck Biba. Like, unlike Griffith, Biba doesn't even have like the entertaining villain.
Okay, let me explain the story. So after Kabaneri aired or whatever, they came out with art basically, like, and in this art they put like little halos over the heads of characters that died in Kabaneri.
Yeah.
And it's like a full piece of art, like, and it's like just characters walking. It's the whole cast basically. Mm-hmm. There's no halo over Biba's head.
Yeah.
So I mean,
so like it's just open to interpretation.
You could say he lives on in our hearts, or he actually lives. I mean, yeah.
Dude, I think he's like, just besides like the fact that he doesn't have a halo above his head, like I think he might still live just because he's also part Kabane.
Yeah.
So he might have extended healing and life powers. Like, Biba was just such a bad villain, but I imagine they have like no ideas. So they're just bringing him back.
Yeah, honestly,
dude, we just talked about it. They should bring him back, and now he fights on their side.
No, that's awful. No, fuck that. Like, there's examples of where it can be good.
This is bad. This is a bad example.
No, yeah, fuck that. No. Hold on. Sorry, I just wanted to pull up something. All right, so here's one thing that I want to add to the docket, but not.
All right. Tell me. Hit me with it.
All right. So, do you know the website? What's it called? No, sorry, you don't know the website. I was thinking of the Char new type poll rankings. I like characters.
Okay.
No, this is an entirely different website. But a poll ranks the top 10 J-pop bands that should be JoJo Stands.
That's good, dude.
Because like Japanese bands don't get a lot of play in like JoJo.
Yeah.
So I just remembered this just now while you were talking about it. So there's a couple of interesting ones, like Acid Black Hair. I don't know who they are, but
okay.
Freaking scroll down to number 1. Larkancia. That is such a JoJo, but that's such a JoJo character, right there. Yeah, there's a couple other ones.
Stand
Porno Graffiti, which is the people who did the Boku no Hero Academia OP.
Cool.
And like Bump of Chicken, I think they've done a couple of the Gundam openings. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just an interesting thing to look at. Not really much to say. I just remembered that.
I trust fan ratings on stupid stuff and not serious discussion.
Yeah, that like waifu tears, like get out of here.
Yeah, get out. But like JoJo Stands, we're on it.
Alright, so that's true. Whatever. Anyway, moving right along. Tiger and Bunny live action movie has a writer.
She's like done nothing.
She's done nothing.
Zero
confidence in this. Well, not. I won't say zero confidence. I'll say, because Tiger and Bunny is the most slam dunk freaking live action to like anime to live action adaptation you can possibly do.
Yeah. It's
like so obvious to the point of like farce. Like, because Tiger and Bunny, the whole point of it is that it's a parody of like every single superhero thing ever.
Yeah.
And like advertising around superheroes. So I mean, hopefully it's good.
Maybe this is her breakout thing.
Honestly though, now that I think about it, the only way you can do Tiger and Bunny properly is if you give it 4 movies. Like it has to be 4 movies. And, like there's no way in and around. It just
doesn't fit.
Because like every part of like every arc of Tiger and Bunny is good, and then there's 2 main arcs. There's the first arc, and then the first arc has a super huge plot twist, which leads into the second arc, and then the first movie, which is an arc in and of itself. You could actually cut that. You could have 3 movies.
Okay.
And then the second movie, which is really good as well. But like all of them are like really good, and they each have their own like things that are good about it, and they're totally different. Like the main reason I like the first movie, because 50% of it is a compilation movie. The thing that puts it over the top is it has a super good feels moment.
Okay.
And I'm not going to spoil any more than that. You just have to see it.
Feels. I'm never going to watch Tiger and Bunny.
Alright.
Sorry.
I would say get around to it.
I feel bad because you don't spoil shows I'll never see, and I'm like spoiling Mob Psycho so hard. That show's just amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, and like, yeah, everything about Tiger and Bunny is just good. Just if you haven't seen it, go around. You're not gonna get around to it, but go watch it.
Yeah.
And lastly, speaking of, I guess, things that are premiering and that kind of stuff, Iron Blooded Orphans Season 2 premieres at Any Week Atlanta.
Woo! I'm so excited. Iron Blooded Orphans is such a good story.
Like, yeah, we've talked about, like, at length, like, the problems with Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
But I think that overall...
the positives heavily outweigh the negatives, and, like, I think, like, it's like double O, where it's like, you can get into Gundam with Iron Blooded Orphans. There's no prerequisite.
Yeah, I know.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a good starter for it.
It is a good start, but like, you're kind of setting the only problem I see is that you're kind of setting yourself up to be
really high.
disappointed with the rest of Gundam.
Yeah.
Because the
amount
amount of grounded Iron Blooded Orphans is a lot more grounded than a lot of the fucking new type bullshit and like the Universal Century. Yeah. So I mean, you're kind of setting yourself up to be like
just like, what the fuck is this? I just.
As I said to G-Sang, fuck the birds. If you understand what that means, good for you. Yeah. Fuck.
But I want to see what this black sword he's got now, because it's not, because he has a katana, but that's not the weapon shown, because he said he doesn't like the sword. But now he has like
guts.
Yeah, it's like
Dragon
between.
Slayer.
Yeah, he's got this like guts Dragon Slayer sword. But it's like, it's not quite like proportional gigantic as like the Dragon Slayer is to Guts, as like this sword is to the mecha. It kind of just
some called it a sword, others called it a slab of metal.
So,
but like Gundam has done like giant swords before.
Yeah.
But not like a freaking Dragon Slayer like.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, like we've got like giant beam swords. That's not a laser.
Also, what's
okay, just like a little like, just
Side
off topic, second. In fucking Quality Code, they have that giant beam sword that's not a laser.
Okay. I'm just thinking of, like, in Gundam Seed, if I recall correctly, Kira gets a giant sword.
Giant beam sword?
No, just a giant sword.
Oh, okay.
Wow. It's been a while since I watched Gundam Seed, obviously. Yeah. So, like, I can't 100% remember everything about it.
Yeah.
And I think in Turn A there's one too, but I haven't watched Turn A, so.
I think another like interesting thing of like him going to swords is that like we've seen the other characters use swords and stuff, but throughout the entire series it's shown that anything less than like lasers doesn't actually pierce the Gundam armor. Like they take it like actual armor like pretty seriously in it, is that like swords don't just one-shot things through. Like, not like typical Gundam of just like one-shot laser, you're dead, slice it, and you're dead. Like, they make the Gundams like really priceless and like seem expensive because like they're really actually tough.
Well, it's a lot more, what's the word? Visceral.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's not the correct word because visceral refers to blood, but like, you feel the impact of every hit. Yeah. As opposed to in like stuff like the Universal Century where beam sabers are just the primarily cut through anything.
This one's like, every enemy that like Mikael ever took down is just like 3 smashes, and then he has to get like right into the crink of the armor and smash. Like, it's very different, and so like when just seeing that like his new weapon is like a Dragon Slayer sword, it's just like, we did it with the katana once, and he had to literally like force shove it down the Gundam's throat.
Yeah, that was so cool.
In order to just like get into the pilot, that was a good scene, but. I just wonder what this weapon's gonna do. I hope it transforms, because they only showed his original giant thing transforming into the spear once at the very beginning.
Yeah. So, what do you call it? I'm just thinking, do you want like a Cloud, like Advent Children style, like 6 swords into one?
Dude, that would be epic.
Whatever. Yeah, that's it. So, I guess we'll cut the break and we'll be right back.
Settle transition.
Oh shit, what was I thinking?
You know it doesn't have aliens.
No, I know, I was thinking, there was something, we were just talking about, like, the lack of aliens in this giant space thing.
Quality. No, we were talking.
No, there was
that has
aliens.
aliens. Whatever. Fuck it. I'm gonna talk about Transformers for a second.
Alright.
So, I forgot to mention during my week 2 things. I finished season 1 of Robots in Disguise, and I watched the second episode of Combiner Wars.
Yep.
First of all,
This was the first. Was the end
The-
good?
okay, so everyone talks about Robots in Disguise and like how the payoff is worth it.
Yeah.
I thoroughly disagree. I 100% because like it's a cool thing, sure,
Yeah.
but it was not worth it. You're not gonna watch it. If you care, the next minute will be dedicated to this because it's not worth any more than a minute of your fucking time. But basically what it is if you know your Transformers lore, you know the 13 original primes, they team up to defeat Unicron, then one of them turns out to be a douchebag, and like the rest of them have to go and seal him away and whatever. And so you basically get that, and oh surprise, Optimus isn't dead, blah.
Okay.
It's just so nothing. It is like...
Wait, that's it? Just Optimus isn't
So
dead?
the plot twist is the bad 13th original prime.
Yeah.
He's called the Fallen.
Yep.
He comes back, and everyone's like, "Oh shit!"
Everyone's
scared.
Like the movie.
Yeah, everyone's scared. It's the Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah.
And so get Optimus. Optimus.
Oh, he's alive.
Shia LaBeouf just screaming, "Optimus!"
Shia LaBeouf.
And then Optimus just shows up and kicks his ass. Yeah, whatever.
So
Fuck.
that's
We're
still nothing.
So yeah, that's number 1.
Alright.
Number 2, freaking episode 2 of Combiner Wars is also super nothing.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah, it's garbage. And like, there's things about like the Transformers comics I genuinely like.
Okay.
And this is based off of a comic book arc. I haven't read the arc, so I can't 100% confirm or deny how good the actual arc is. But 90% of the time, it's really good in terms of the comics, because I freaking collect them.
Yeah.
But this just seems like a bad adaptation all around. Like, the quality of the animation isn't there. Like, and when I say that, I mean lip sync is freaking off.
Oh, shit.
And so, the voice acting doesn't hit... The impact of the voice acting doesn't hit you as hard.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever. We're moving right the fuck along. To active time pitch. So...
What's in the bag? What's in the bag? It's your new fetish.
No, we're not talking... That's not what the active time pitch is about. Alright, so number 1. Code Geass. Spin-off. Pitch it. Go.
Oh, shit. C2's life.
As a witch?
Yep.
Okay, that's a good pull. So my idea, I guess, is a bit similar. Well, could you really do it? I don't know, because it depends on how integral you feel mechs are to Code Geass. Because it's been finished for a while, I think. They stopped translating it a while ago, I'll say.
Okay.
But I never finished it. But Code Geass has a spin-off manga called Renya of the Darkness, like how there's Lucia of the Rebellion, Akito of the Exile, Renya of the Darkness. And basically, it's the Code Geass universe set in the 1800s.
Oh, okay.
And so, C2, it talks about how C2 tried to give her Geass to someone else.
Yeah.
But she fucked up. And so basically, it's in Japan around like the Industrial Revolution of that time, that era. So like what ends up happening is it's about this guy who's got like a really fucked up arm because C2 fucked him up.
Oh god.
And he has to go around, and the first little bit is him trying to save the Britannian heir from like going back to Britannia to be like married off.
Oh.
So save the princess,
no.
go.
Yeah, save the princess.
Yeah, genuinely like it, but the problem is that it's all dependent on whether or not you feel like mechs are integral to like Code Geass.
Because there's no mechs.
There's no mechs, exactly.
Okay.
And it's closer to like a fantasy story than it is actual.
All for doing like my spin-off of essentially C2's Life of a Witch, then that just depends on whether
that's also highly dependent on that.
I think it'd be good for a spin-off to see it without mechs.
Yeah, because like Code Geass, its universe is so unexplored.
Because it's no. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. Well, it doesn't really like the mechs are sort of integral, but they never really focus on it because they don't like. Sure, they have like the Lancelot and eventually Lelouch's like special mech, but they don't really
the Gurren.
Yeah, the Gurren, but they don't really have the Gundams of the series.
Well, I argue that the Gundams of the series are the Knights of the Round.
Oh yeah,
like Lancelot, Tristan, and all of those mechs.
Yeah, so, but like they're not given the same effect.
Spotlight. They're not given the same spotlight.
Same spotlight. They're not Gundam war changing. One beats all. Like Lancelot's very strong.
I don't know, when that nuke went off in R2, I mean, there's an argument to be made.
True. Yo, we got your nukes, man.
Suzaku cried, people died. Alright. Yeah, but like that's all those stories are like all dependent on like how
whether
much
you
care
think
about that.
yeah, just how much are you watching it in for the mecha. I think like it would just do well as long as it's just done well. Like all it needs is a good story and it would.
My favorite thing about the Code Geass like expanded universe is finding out about how the American Revolution failed because
oh yeah
because that's why Pendragon is where Washington DC is.
Yeah.
Because the American Revolution fails, Napoleon conquers Britain.
Yeah.
And the Britannian government moves to America. But my favorite thing is the American Revolution fails, and it's because Benjamin Franklin in this universe sides with the Loyalists.
Okay.
And gives them a bunch of sick tech.
Damn it, Benjamin Franklin! You and your fucking
hey,
electric
we're Canadian.
kite.
We're allowed to be, we're allowed to side with the Britannians.
Yeah. We're okay up here.
But
wait a minute, that means I'd be dead because I'm American.
Oh, well, I don't know. Everyone would probably exist in a different, like, sense. There was a whole, movie about, like, what if certain things didn't exist. Well, it's an obvious, like, time travel thing. Like, what if you go back to kill Hitler? What if you...
Probably save a lot of lives.
You'd save a lot of lives, but the fear is that just killing Hitler by himself wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because, like...
You might get someone worse.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, there's Joseph Goebbels, there's fucking all the Nazi higher-ups.
Yeah.
Killing Hitler is never the 100% solution to the problem.
We just have to save the Archduke, because that's what set off everything.
Oh, yeah, that's... But then you get the Serbians oppressed by the Austro-Hungarians. We're not getting into history. This is like my major, so I'm in university, so I mean...
Dude, Aaron's gonna teach you some history now, boys.
Anime is shit. Alright, no. Okay, shut up. One of my favorite things about Gundam Unicorn is at the start, it starts with like a history lesson. And, like, it's like, oh, yeah, Char was, like, this amazing person. Blah, 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 blah. And they talk about, like, oh, the Grips conflict of Zeta Gundam. And it's, like, this guy, like, just lecturing about, like...
Just, like, I'm not here for class.
and like, all these kids are like, man, they won your war so long ago. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, man, if only you knew. Another... Okay, side tangent. Like, side tangents to our
We're
side
just going off.
In Gundam Build Fighters, there's parts where like character lookalikes from the UC timeline just like show up.
Yeah. And they just like explain the history?
Well, because like it's set in our universe, so they can't explain the history.
Oh, okay.
But it's like these characters like act like they're characters from the UC.
Red is 3 times faster.
I haven't gotten to Char yet. I wonder if Char's even in it.
Okay.
Whatever. All right. I had 3 questions prepared.
Okay.
Well, actually, the second question isn't good.
Right.
So let's just skip to the third question.
The last.
So we're talking about JoJo JoJo Stands based off of band names. Pick a band. Has to be a band or like relatively modern popular band.
Yeah.
Because that's how Eriki does it.
Okay.
Pick a band and describe the stand power.
Okay. Green Day.
Is Green Day? I'm not sure if Green Day is. You know what? I should probably open up JoJopedia. Just cause.
Is Green Day already?
Yeah, because that seems like it would be. Alright.
Am I okay?
Give me a second.
Green Day.
You are not safe. Green Day has already been done.
Really? What's the power?
Oh shit, yeah, it's in Vento Oreo. It's in Golden Wind, yeah.
What is this one? What does he do?
Oh shoot, it's mold shit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's in
Green
my...
Day's already a pose. Alright.
Yeah, fucking I should have known that, because that's like my favorite arc. Anyway.
Right. Who else?
Green Day was a good pull. I will give you that. Because I freaking forgot. But then, I don't know. I'm you can pick a song name too.
There's too many solo artists now. I can't even think.
No, not bands.
I know. I'm trying to think of bands, but there's so many solo artists
but
today that I'm
you can do songs too. Fuck it, you can do songs too.
Not songs. No, just saying. There's so many solo artists that like I can't think of anything other than like Adele. Like fuck, that's not a band. Mariana's Trench.
Where the physical Mariana's Trench is the stand. Okay. So it's a low power stand. And the power is... Hold on, give me a second. It needs to be a JoJo power. That's the thing. Is that it has to be weird as shit. The ability to... Okay, I don't know how to describe this. But you enter the Mariana's Trench... And once you're in, you lose perception of any measurements. So, like, the only reason why people think that the Mariana's Trench is the deepest point in, I guess, human existence is that they don't know it's actually a time hole, like a time paradox in and of itself.
Yeah.
And so once you enter, you're stuck there eternally. So you lose your ability to perceive like how many days have passed since you've been inside Mariana's Trench.
Yeah.
You lose the ability to perceive, like, how far you've gone deep into Mariana's Trench. You lose the ability to perceive how long your arm is. That sounds like a JoJo power.
Serve.
So you lose... Numbers don't matter, basically.
Alright. I don't know many bands. I'm literally just looking up some stuff. Literally looking up some. There's this great name. I have no idea what it would do, but it's just Titus Andronicus. That's a band. I'm like, that sounds like you would just summon Titus.
Yeah. NSYNC. NSYNC causes. Hold on, I'm coming up with shit. NSYNC causes your entire like. If you've got like people that you're allied with, it gives them all buffs and causes them to move all in like you know when in episode 2 of Sword Art Online when Kirito and Asuna are going like back and forth against the Gleam Eyes.
Okay.
It causes that to happen in real life. Where like you're like linked up to the other person, like they're piloting a Jaeger.
Okay.
It's like you punch and then right after someone else punches. Yeah, there. Those are some good stands.
Okay. That it? Am I going again?
You can go. I don't know. I'm just coming up with shit on the
bullshit.
On the fly.
Okay. 21 Pilots. Just like the dude that like has like his own little makeshift army. He creates with the little army.
Oh yeah.
So like 21 Pilots is essentially just an Air Force version of that. And it's just instead of like just of like World War II like army men, it's just it's like modern,
what do you call it?
It's just modern day jet.
Bad company.
Yeah.
Bad company is the stand. bad company. No, that's really similar to Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Because, as the name implies, Aerosmith is literally just an airplane that flies around. Oh man, Aerosmith's so good.
Dude.
Alright, so I think we came up with some decent stands.
Titus and Jocknux just summons Titus.
But let's try and do it for like Japanese bands, because I think we know those better than like Western bands.
I know some.
Lark and Ciel is literally a rainbow, so it has to be a rainbow. Causes you to not be able to perceive like colors. You go colorblind. Oh shit! Okay, not a Western band, but a song name that's really good.
Okay.
Remember the name as a stand, where the longer you fight it, because like the way the song goes is like 10% luck, 20% skill.
Yeah.
So the longer you fight it, you start to lose those things. So like you start to lose like luck. Because let's say it's on every fight is in an hour. You're on a time limit the second you start fighting it of an hour.
Yeah.
So, but let's say like 5% into the hour, you start to lose like you start to get bored of the fight. Like the enemy starts to get bored of the fight.
Yeah.
10% into the fight, your enemy starts to like miss a lot.
Okay.
Like they start, luck is no longer on their side.
Yeah.
50% into the fight, they lose the will to keep fighting. 20% into the fight, they lose all skill. And then once you reach 100%, you're just dead.
The entire time you're singing the song.
Yeah.
Or just pull out.
There's like in JoJo, there's also like sub-stands.
Yeah.
So like the sub-stands would be like luck, skill, and they just latch on to your stand. Like the enemy stand or whatever.
That'd be good.
Hold on. I feel like, okay, back to Japanese bands.
I want one OK Rock to just like, the guy just says, okay, and then just a rock band appears out of everywhere, and it's essentially just like powered music.
No,
like,
one OK rock. No, one OK Rock is literally a rock. Like, like the stand is a rock. You throw it.
It's just an OK Rock. It's just a rock.
You throw the rock, and like something needs to happen. Like it needs to be like a one shot, or like you power up rocks. Like your stand has the ability to power up rocks and like give different attributes to them.
Yeah. Yeah. It just like label like the thing is he has multiple rocks. And just like the most famous one is just OK Rock. And it's actually just the strongest rock he has.
Oh, that's so good.
Let's go, OK Rock.
He's got 10 rocks and he counts backwards down to 1.
Yeah.
1 OK Rock. I feel like you can do something with flow, just somehow. Like, because that sounds like a stand name. Because like, I don't know. Shoot. Let's try to think of something. Jam Project. Hold on. Jam Project is... Okay, I feel like Jam Project would literally be... The stand is the ability to possess jam. like you know how like there's the stand that like... Empress comes out like your blood or whatever.
Okay.
And like you have to try and stab at it. Like the ability to possess jam is Jam Project's ability.
Okay.
And the stand will appear out of all the jams.
So got a good one. Okay, so there's a band called Hey Say Jump, and just all it does is whenever the stand user says jump, everyone's just forced to jump. Like, everyone just has to jump.
That's pretty strong. Or jumping instantly kills you. so you can only have lateral movements.
I say jump. They're just like everyone's like no jumping.
No,
and then like his weapon is like a skipping rope. So if you jump, you die. But if you don't, then you fall into the ground.
No,
God.
any lateral movement. So you have to maintain the same like
The
height.
same height?
Otherwise, like you can't-
then you just instant
So you-
KO him with like he just picks you up. If he picks you up, he just raises you. Then you're
or
dead.
or like you can't dodge anything because the second you try to like duck, you
Yeah.
die. The second you try to like bob up, you die. You have to maintain your lateral movement. Only lateral movement.
What would be a good one for Calafina?
Calafina?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like,
No,
it sounds like a stand, but
Calafina does sound. I feel like Calafina is more like, you know how in characters in JoJo also have like names. I feel like Calafina is actually like a character's name.
oh, okay.
Heavenly Blue though as a stand.
Everything turns blue.
No, that's too simple.
The
That's,
opposite to Largancia.
no, that's too easy. That's too simple for Heavenly Blue. Heavenly Blue needs to be like the sky starts literally falling apart and like raining chunks down, like in Chicken Little.
Yeah. The little sky just falls down.
All right, I think we had enough fun with that. So, all right, I guess this has been the Otaku Talk Show. This is Aaron signing out,
This is Colin logging off.
and we will see you all next time.